Oh. I just started scooting up that ladder, and I did not like that. Not the slightest. Now, the other reason why I specifically would not be a very big fan of having somebody else make a skin for me is, I'm a professionally trained artist, and I really do not like contests, with nebulous rewards, if that makes sense. So, anytime you see, like, a YouTuber or a streamer be like, you know, I'm running a contest, and, the winner gets to be featured, like, I will feature your art specifically, but you have to do, like, fan art for my thumbnail, or make my Minecraft skin and stuff like that. Yeah, lots of developers do that. And I don't like it for a lot of reasons, namely being artists deserve to be paid. And they're very rarely paid in these situations. Or if they are paid, it's peanuts. Like, yeah, and it's only the winners too. It's like, here's the sweepstakes, design a new character, and you might win $50. And it's like, wait a second, but, you know, you spent 10 hours on that. That's like $5 an hour. Like, how many of you guys would... Oh, what's a good example? Well, I mean, a bit reductive, but imagine if Burger King was running a sweepstakes, saying, like, come flip burgers for us for the afternoon, and the person that flips the best burger wins $50. And it's just like, wait a second. Hold up. That's less than minimum wage. What? No wonder you exposed shell. That sounds weird as shit. If we're talking about me using Shell's artwork specifically, that's a little bit more of a personal thing. And, like, yeah, sure, I am using her artwork and not directly paying her, but I bought her a Cintiq 22-inch. I also don't use that much of her artwork because I generally prefer to use my own. Let's see, but, like, straight up, I use Shell's artwork, but I pay for her entire lifestyle, so I don't feel like that's particularly, unfair. I use her artwork in her commentary, but, like, we are a de facto married couple, so... Soon to be actually married couple. So without light, this seems dangerous. Yeah, this seems stupidly dangerous. There's also a difference between doing a favor for someone you know versus working for free for someone you're a fan of. Yep. Like, I mean, I guess the easiest way to describe it is one is kind of going into something for altruistic reasons. And, like, there might be times that I specifically... Well, actually, there have been times specifically where I will do free artwork for somebody that I know, knowingly and happily, but these are usually people that I know or respect, and know that, like, yeah, sure, I might not make money off of this venture, this relationship, but no matter what, like, I'm doing it out of my own free will as opposed to some kind of, like, misguided desire to appease them, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, with YouTubers and big companies and whatnot who run these sweepstakes, they don't care about you. They're just trying to get something extra off of you. It's why you see so many companies being like... Like, I have heard many a story about, like, companies asking for... Okay, wow, we're actually clearing a fair bit of time and space. Companies asking for, like, hey, we're running this promotion. Can you give us some art for free? And it's like, wait a second, but you're this, like, you're a PR person for Kim Kardashian. Like, how do you not have money to pay us? And the answer is, we're not paying anybody. We're famous enough. The exposure will pay, right? And the answer is, no, not usually. Like, let's see. It's actually probably about where I want to be. I'll spread this out a little bit. It's not exactly in the same vein, and I'm pretty sure she's around right now, but Anonymous in chat does some absolutely lovely bits of artwork. And she's done some actually really lovely bits of fan art, specifically for a couple of my series. Specifically, she did a thing for Noida, Outer Worlds, Chocobo, and just kind of a Wanderbot thing. All of which were absolutely gorgeous. And I was very happy to receive them. And I did ask at some point, like, hey, can I use some of this? And I kind of then proceeded to, like, awkwardly never do so because I'd felt weird. And I should pay for that stuff, even if it was freely made. Kind of to celebrate something silly I had done. And I probably should actually just pay for some of that, and use it. And you're right, there are a couple of things. People did make icons for the D&D series. That is something that I did use. Yeah, little tokens for monsters and whatnot. And I feel like that's almost kind of in the same zone. Yeah, it's like, I feel like at that point, they're at least getting kind of paid for their contribution. At least in terms of seeing their own artwork pop up. Like, I know, Desert the Tabby, I'm assuming he's not around, but I know he specifically had, he straight up designed Skitter. And I just proceeded to, refine the design so it worked better within my style and my campaign. But I had no idea what he was originally going to look like, and then he showed up and was more or less just like, I drew Skitter, and I'm like, holy shit, this is good. Now, when is the next D&D series? Hell if I know. I need to find more people to play with. My problem is, I'm shy, and I don't want to go into another D&D campaign with a bunch of people that are going to bail on it for any reason. And so that's kind of hard on me, because everybody I know is busy. Okay, is this the same Minecraft Earth Captain Sparkles is in? No! Not even close. This is solo, also. But yeah, at some point I will do a new campaign. I know my little brother said he was interested, and he's not a streamer, but he's pretty good at D&D. So that might be kind of fun. But that would leave me with the kind of awkward situation of being like, well, you can join me for D&D, and let's go find one more person. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do any of these things. Okay. So we wanted to... Right. That's what I was going to do. I'm doing almost all of my furnace smelting nonsense elsewhere. Let's just commit to that. Let's run a power cable. Down and through the world. Actually, why am I putting it here, though? This is the charger. This is the combustion generator, yeah? Yeah, I'm just gonna have a underground sewer power whatever complex running. And this way I can hook up the entire base instead of localizing myself to like one thing or another. This just gives me freedom of movement. Is D&D fun? You've never played. It is one of the hardest games to put together, but it is also one of the most fulfilling games I have ever played. There's nothing no video game has ever come close to the amount of fun and ridiculous nonsense that I have done in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Yeah, it's make-believe, but with rules, structures, shared storytelling, in a way that, like, is impossible to put together outside of... Oh, I see. That's just telling me about power. Yeah, just kind of in a way that most games simply will never be able to reach. And that makes it incredibly compelling, especially if you've got a good DM or a good group of players. I mean, there's a reason why Critical Role specifically is incredibly popular right now. It's because their D&D campaign is absurdly good. And I am super jealous. And so, I don't know, I'm in talks with some other YouTubers, and hopefully I can get some of them together. What I'd like to do is probably play a couple of non-D&D games with them, and then be like, Dungeons & Dragons, ah. And they'll be like, why? No, gross. And I'll be like, who, what? Okay, I don't think I have any more clay sitting around. No, I got a bit. Do I still have nightmares of Matt Mercer? No, the year of Mercer has ended, and he no longer haunts my dreams. Which is a hilarious thing to say, to be honest. Let's see. Specifically for people that don't know, Matt Mercer is a very prolific voice actor. And is in quite a lot of different media. And so I believe it was the year that Persona 5 came out. Matt Mercer specifically was in, like, more games than I care to count that I was currently covering. And it made it really awkward for me because, effectively, I heard his voice more than I heard Shell's for a couple of months. And that meant more or less that, like, his voice was just ingrained in my head. And I was starting to have weird dreams where he was just in my apartment and wouldn't leave. And it was very, very strange. Yeah, it made Guild Wars 2 pretty weird. It made Persona pretty weird. And is part of the reason why I've actually never seen a single episode of Critical Role ever. Also, thank you, Rowan, for the raid. How are you doing tonight? How is... You have also started playing this, right? Or no, you've been playing a different Minecraft mod pack. Okay, you're playing Xbox Minecraft. Right, right. How is the Xbox, by the way? I know you had been specifically excited to pick that thing up. I want to do one more over? I do. So otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. Having a blast with it. That's good. I was at the Black Friday event, and I was actually thinking specifically of... snap it. Of you, and no... Well, it's fine. And how, like, lots of people were picking up Xboxes, and I was just like, oh, how quaint. I'm like, wait a second, no, this is actually probably pretty important to people. I feel bad. I straight up haven't used my Xbox since Earthlock, I think. It's interesting. I actually get a lot of requests to go back to that game for some reason. Yeah, I guess that would be it. Okay. So... how do we do this? Where do I put my... energized smelter? I'd put it here, but I'm having second thoughts on having it be here. This whole thing is kind of awkward. I guess what I should do at this point, we're gonna just mow this whole thing down. So how's my game going here? It's going lovely. It's very slow, but that's kind of what happens when you play any kind of automation related game. It just, you know, it takes a while to actually progress. Currently I'm working on some kind of powered fuel generator system. Okay. So do I want to put it here? Yeah, let's do that. So we want... let's see, do I want a hole here? Yeah. Power cable there. Energized smelter. Oh, block of iron just sitting around. Okay, now that I've done that, now I know where I can go. Or where I need to go. Okay, it's over here. Because the one problem is this area is not inflammable. Which could be an issue. Oh, it should be fine. People who play challenge mode packs would be amused at the idea this is slow. Everything is relative. This is true. I mean, this is incredibly fast compared to, say... I'm gonna say, I brought up Seablock earlier, and I'm gonna stand by it. Seablock is stupidly slow. This is tolerable. It's just, you know, I've been playing a lot of fairly fast-paced games lately. Games that I can finish in short order, a couple of hours, so on and so forth. And I haven't really touched any sandbox games in a long time, which sucks. Because I've been wanting to play, well, I mean, that's why I'm even doing this right now. Is because I've been desperate to play, like, something with some sandbox elements to it for a while. Okay. Next up, we should probably look into item pipes. Do we know which specific... Oh. Okay, so this is mechanism. So does mechanism have any specific pipes? There's an electric bow. That'd be interesting. Does this thing have pipes specifically as part of the mod pack? It has fluid tanks. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, pressurized tube. I don't know if I want to use these. These sound more inconvenient. I'm assuming a basic pressurized tube. I'm looking for logistical transport. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so matter transport pipe. Tritanium pipes. Okay, molten tritanium. Oh, that's a different mod. Oh, you're right. Yeah, matter overdrive. Okay, yeah, let's just do ducks. Or... oh, ducks. Okay, so let's figure out ducks, seeing as we're here. Okay, so we probably just want a basic item duct. Because we have item duct, and we have vacuum item duct. Well, I guess let's go up, and let's see how to make an item duct. And we'll go from there. Okay, vacuum item duct requires tin, and hardened glass. Hardened glass is molten lead onto obsidian. What about opaque item ducts? Okay, that's better. Tin and lead ingots. Okay, this should be lead. Just get rid of some of these leaves. Okay, I'm gonna go back here for a second. Drop the wood, drop the cabinetry. I'm gonna have to just constantly be clearing this thing out. Probably fine. Sucks a bit. Probably fine. Drop off the furnaces, drop off the hoppers. Anything else that I don't immediately need? No, but one way or another, there's a lot more free space. Okay, this is silver. This is lead. Okay, I will need servos too. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was avoiding this initially, is because servos sounded like they were going to take some effort. Okay, servos determine the exact rate for these. So, better the servo, faster you move stuff. Cool. One way or another... Oh, right. I need tin. But first, lead. Okay. Have that. I really need that smelter, but I can't. Okay. Porcelain melter. Get that glass going at some point. Speaking of glass. Where the heck did I put all my sand? Oh, there it is. I was wondering about that. Okay, there we go. Hey, this is my game, Wander. You can't have it. You let it go, Wells Knight. I hope you are actually having an absolutely lovely, lovely break. Speaking of, I am not going to ask you to play Minecraft with me. I will ask you to play other games with me. But yeah, how you doing, Wells Knight? How was your stream today? Let's see, how's it going, man? I'm having a good time. I will admit, I felt really guilty when I saw your video, talking about how you were taking a break from Minecraft, and I'm like, oh, I finally got into the game. But I totally understand why people would need a break from this game. It is all-consuming. Whereas this is like the first time I've played it ever, really. At best stream since you've had your return to Twitch. Nice. I know burnout is awful. I mean, I don't know. Burnout is just kind of a real thing as part of this industry, and you can't really escape it. But after Scrap Mechanic, I was just like, I am never going to play any sandbox games nearly as much as I did that one. That's been, like, my rule. And so I've seen a lot of people talking about Burnout with, like, their single-issue games lately, and I'm like, yep. That's how it works. It's brutal. So what am I want lead. I want lead, and I want tin. So I actually need to make multiple of these. Okay, there we go. Lots of people in our industry get tied down in one game. Plays a huge part in the burnout aspect. Yeah. You can't escape it. Like... Oh, man. I had an extra hard escape from my single issue, my single series game. I don't know. I really need to move a lot of these things around. I'm just gonna start lining them up back here. Because, yeah, I decided to stop playing Scrap Mechanic years ago. Specifically... Oh, my cauldron. I need it back. I specifically had stopped, like, right before the apocalypse hit. That was a fun afternoon, realizing that, like, my channel was just in trouble. And then it didn't matter. So you can put more than one casting basin in a melter. You can, but there's not a whole lot of reason for it. Okay. We've got this big floor space here. So what I'm going to do is... Do I wanna? Might not be a bad idea. Let's do a 4 square, though. Right here. Probably not super pretty. But I'm thinking I want to have... We could do glass. Why did I do that? There we go. I guess I could have gone for half glass or something. But where's my diamond bucket? Bucket. All right, there we go. Now we got this, and we can look down slightly into the void at the very least. Let's see. Let's get this going again. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm always super afraid of getting stuck to one game nowadays, so I've just been trying very hard to avoid it. And it's... Yeah, I don't know. It's good to stop. I'm rooting for you. Part of the reason why I'm like, hey, Wells Knight, play games with me. Hopefully that'll turn out well. I'm rambling, but that's okay. Where did I put my buckets? Over here? Or my buckets in here? I didn't see them in here. Oh, I think I know where they are. Oh, right. I have just whole extra setups for another one of these. I should get more. Hard to believe that we've never actually played anything together, considering how long we've known each other. It is entirely my fault, for why. So, for people that are just kind of tuning into this sort of conversation, Wells Knight is a friend of mine from, I mean, honestly, the Let's Play subreddit, plus some, like, other kind of groups for a while. And we've never actually done videos together, largely because I had a pretty foul mouth, and Wells Knight was very friendly. Wants buckets, open container with buckets, grab something else. You know, I actually just didn't even spot them there. I immediately went to the porcelain bits. I definitely had a foul mouth. Yeah, now I don't. And so, one of the impetuses for me to have less of a foul mouth over the years has been, yeah, I'd like to work with more people that are more friendly. Wow. But yeah, just because. And so, yeah, I've been working really hard on that. And then now there's the whole COPPA thing going along, and everybody's like, oh, I guess we don't have to cater to younger audiences as much anymore. Yeah, and I still want to keep up with it anyway, just because my family doesn't like swearing and a bunch of other stuff. But it's just kind of like, well, that wasn't a wasted effort, but... odd timing. Okay, where's all the buckets? There we go. Yeah, funny how that works. Yep. I just wish it didn't seem as apocalyptic to everybody I know and am constantly rooting for. I know a lot of channels that specifically were always not targeting children, because that absolutely would do their content a disservice. But a number of channels that very much knew that, like, yeah, kids might watch these videos, so we're going to specifically not do certain things, and we're going to be family friendly. And then YouTube's being like, by the way, you're the ones that are most at risk right now. And everybody's like, no. I need to go get my hoppers. Accepting the occasional shit. You're already pretty well on the way. Oh yeah, no, I pretty much after last September, I've managed to more or less clean up my language. Willingly, but fairly successfully too. Which I'm quite proud of. Regardless of any level of doom and gloom situation that's going on, I'm happy with my small personal changes. Eventually I'll have this working better, but for now this is okay. Dump that all in there. I don't know what I'm going to put in the rest. I'll probably just leave this like this for now. Maybe I'll rip this one up and move it around. There's nothing really wrong with swearing. I think it kind of depends on your perspective and, like, who you're around. Because for me, I have felt like a nicer person by not swearing nearly as much. It's... God, I hate this. I hate this stupid aspect of human psychology. But have you ever heard that, like, by smiling you feel better? And it's kind of parapsychology because some amount of it is like, well, no, you just feel better because by smiling everybody else kind of smiles back. And it's like, it's kind of a weird bad feedback loop, and everybody is always like, if you want to feel better, just smile. And the answer is like, ugh. I hate this logic, but it's actually much the same way with stuff like swearing or playing hard and frustrating games or any number of things that, like, even if you know what you're up against or you're, like, conscious that, like, yeah, I'm not doing this because I am an angry person. It's just like, you know, it's a whatever thing. It still affects you, weirdly. I hate that advice. It is awful advice, but to some small degree it works, and that's why I hate it so much. Because too many people throw it around as the end-all be-all. It is true that cussing does relieve pain and is immediate stress relief. That is actually a true fact. But yeah, there's so many alternatives. I like making up weird dumb swears. Okay, there's the tin. Get a little bit more. I guess we got what I needed. I'm gonna need more ducks. Ducks? Ingot. Tin ingots. I can English. Okay, ducks. So we want to make hardened? No. Oh. Let's just do item duck. So weird combo swears like son of a butt? Yeah, exactly. Like, son of a butt is so much more fun to say than son of a bee. And yeah, Shell's sitting on the side. I'm pretty sure she's not audible, especially, but Shell does bring up a decent point that a lot of swears are specifically derogatory towards women. The C word, B word, to some degree the F word. And, like, I know most people probably don't see it that way, but it is a thing. Nephew says doofle-doo when he stubs his toe. That is adorable. Tell your cousin to never change. Okay, can I make a hardened servo? So it looks like I just have to keep jamming higher tier resources into this thing. Okay, so let's grab a servo. I don't even know how servos work. Let's see, Invar. So, how do we get Invar ingots? I'm assuming Invar ingots are not one of the resources that I can just grow. Balls. That is one that I will say. It looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to use pigs if I want this stuff. Okay. It's not pretty. I should probably do it some other way, but I'll be fine with this. Okay, do we have some raw clay? I think it's powered. Okay. Pattern is none gray. Output dark blue. None gray. Grab this real quick. Okay, so that's red. Guess I'm gonna keep that off for just a bit. Okay, so which one of these is back? This one? Keep that off for a bit longer. Okay, so red is bottom, yeah? Okay. Nice shift click. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's try this. Oh, wrong one. So now what am I missing? Oh, I need another servo. That's what it is. Oh. What? Okay. It says it's enabled. Oh, I see. So I have to turn that off. Okay, got it. I understand. Whoops. Okay, so looks like we're in business. Thank you. That was extra complicated. But now we've got a big ol' thing that'll output stuff for us. And hopefully this will smooth out the entire process of smelting. I don't entirely know what all I need to smelt in this matter. Clay. Namely clay. Lots of clay. Clay and sand. Do I want to go get a bunch of that? We'll make some more bricks. Bricks! Alright, there we go. Bricks get. I'm gonna just move them up.